Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Icewind Dale, the classic version. Last time we left off, we undertook the expedition, and it didn't end well. Well, most of the expedition is gone. We are the sole survivors, it appears. We just explored this area. We found out there were some crazy goblins here, there's a crazy ogre over there, and there is another crazy goblin over here. They all seem to be answering to some call, but they cannot figure out quite who is calling for them. My sword called for their death, aside from the ogre and the goblin over here. Orcs who are ransoming someone over there. It's fine. We're gonna go and get to
Very well.
Kuldahar, or we try to get to Kuldahar. Yeah, that is Kuldahar.
Fighting their way through the goblin-infested valley of the pass, the survivors of the doomed East Haven expedition at last came upon the small hamlet of Kuldahar. Nestled within the roots of a massive oak tree, the tiny cottages were a welcome sight for the weary travelers. As the party approached the town, a warm breeze blew over them, chasing away the chill of the frozen pass, and carrying with it the sweet scent of cooking fires.
Yay! There we are. This is Kuldahar. And I gotta guess this is the town greeter, Nate.
Indeed.
Come on, tell me your piece, Nate. Wait, you're not telling me anything? Well, let's speak with this kid. I knew we'd make it through. I just knew it. Well, hooray for you, not my way. Well, who are you and how do you... Sorry. Well, hooray for you. Don't get out of my way, kid. Okay. Okay. Who are you and how did you know we were coming? I'm Nate. Arundel said that help was in its way. I've been out here every day keeping a lookout for you. What is the rest of your army? Are you just scouts or something? Sorry to disappoint you, but we are alone. Alone? I thought for sure that the 10 towns would send an army to help us. Wait till Arundel finds out it's just you. Who's Arundel? Arundel's my friend. He's the oldest and smartest man in the whole world. He can talk to animals, you know. You should probably go see him. He'll be wanting to talk to you. Very well, Arundel. He lives across the bridge, on the other side of the brook. Just look for the house with the 3 big rocks out front. Thanks, Nate. Bye, Nate. I will not do as you ask. So first and foremost, let's do what every adventurer or respectable adventurer does, and that is to loot the town. This is Gert's equipment shoppy. Well, I'm glad it's a shoppy. I was worried for a second it would be a shop. Let's get inside. Can we steal from you? There are no Candlekeep guards here, luckily, so... Well, there is nothing to steal.
As
Hello.
you wish.
Ah, whereso the wind blows, travelers seek shelter. And supplies, mayhap? Good day and cheer to you, sir. My name is Gert. I tell by the cut of your cloth and your bearing that you are a visitor, fresh to Kuldahar. Is there something you wish to purchase? What is this place? This is my shop, friend. I supply caravans in the shade of this great oak. This shop was my father's and my father's before him, and it dates almost 3 generations back. If you can believe it, like many of the places in Kuldahar and the surrounding lands, there is much history to be found if one digs deep enough. I don't know what voice I'm doing, I'm just assuming this guy is not a rough and tumble guy. Are you a historian? Nay, I wouldn't go as far as to say that. I dabble in time's passage, perhaps, but it is not a full-time occupation, merely a hobby. I do enjoy learning more of the past and examining trinkets from around the area. I have quite a collection, a little museum of sort. Some call it junk, but... What sort of things do you collect? Keys, notes, books on the region. If you happen to come across any on your travels, I'll pay a fair sum for them to take them off your hands. Can I purchase them back if I gave them to you? Of course, I purchase such things only for my own interest and to preserve the history and culture of the region. They do not end up on a rattling caravan to some Kalimshan market, that's for certain. Oh, you're talking about Pomab? Very well, let's see what you got. First of all, let me sell all this nonsense. Yeah, all this. Why do I have a club? Because that's his inventory. My inventory is over here, and I cannot sell you anything. I can sell you this. I can also identify this, you know. Usable only by Bard. When played, this instrument casts Bless centered on the player. Well, it's a shame because I don't need it. I don't have a Bard. The Merry Shorthorn. I'm glad it's a Merry Shorthorn. It's a lot of money. Bardic Horn of Valhalla, Light of Progression, lots of books, gems, bracers, a girdle, bolts, bullets and arrows. I am pretty sure I need some bullets on you and on you. And that's about it. There is also a bottle of wine. I don't know what to do with it. Let's just purchase one for the sake of purchasing one. I don't know. Well, thanks for your time. It's well, it's a pretty underwhelming shop to be honest. Let's keep moving. Let's see what we can find this way. Okay, there is a road this way. Yeah, I assume this is like the western part of town. And what is in here? Well, it seems to be like a tower. Let me guess, there's a mage living in here. No, there's a goblin.
Very well.
I fear no sneak up on Weenog like that. Who are you? Me? Weenog? Who are you? I'm Cassandra. Who lives here? Surely this tower cannot belong to you. No, tower belongs to master. Weenog only servant. Cleans tower, makes beds, cooks last tasty food for the master. How nice a goblin housekeeper. Forgive me if I don't hand you my cloak. Now, what is this master? The master? Who is your master? Aruk, the master. Great wizard, the master is. Weenog serves the master, so one day he can be great wizard too. That will be the day. I see. Where might I find this great wizard? The master is in his study. Through door. Go in if you want to speak with the master. Weenog not allowed in study. Master keeps powerful magics in there. Books, papers, the wizard things that Weenog not understand. Thank you, Weenog. And let's just move here. A goblin of all things. Gee. Okay, you look important. Well, let's speak with you.
Very well.
Auric the Grey. Well now, what have we here? It's been a long time since I had guests. Welcome, my name is Auric. What brings you to my humble home? I would like to ask you some questions about disturbances in the past. Ah, yes, the disturbances. I'm afraid I can't be of much help to you there. I'm a minister. Oh, oops. I rarely leave this tower for any reason. Pay no attention to what I just said. You see, my studies prevent me from taking an active interest in the affairs of the people of Kuldahar. The problems are no concern of mine. But you live in Kuldahar. How can you not care what happens to the town and its people? I've had many homes. Kuldahar is not the first and certainly won't be the last. It is unfortunate that these simple folk have been made to suffer so, but I have no desire to get involved. What that matters is to me is my work. Well, what's so important about your work? Everything. Knowledge is the one true source of power in this universe. Everything else is fleeting. I have spent years collecting these tomes and scrolls you see before you. They are my life's work. Contained within their passages are the clues that may one day unlock the mysteries of an ancient and nearly forgotten arcane lore. And what sort of arcane lore is that? My studies revolve around the arcane lore that deals specifically with the creation of metals. A metal is a powerful elven enchantment that is essentially a weave of protective magic that can be cast over a vast area. I have discovered numerous historical accounts of elven mages laying such metals over an entire city. Interesting, tell me more. The details of the accounts are vague at best. The mages of the old elven kingdom vanished long ago, retreating to the safety and isolation of the Isle of Evermeet. It seems that all their written knowledge of metal enchantment has vanished with them. For over a decade I have traveled to the realms, searching for remnants of this forgotten lore. That is what brought me to Kuldahar, along with the Tolkien elven thing. You think the answer you seek are here in Kuldahar? Not exactly. While exploring the fabled ruins of Mithranor, I came across an old, tattered manuscript buried amid the rubble of an abandoned library. The manuscript made several references to an elven outpost located somewhere within the spine of the Ward Mountains. Naturally, I came here to find a settlement. Thus far, I've been unable to locate it. Well, if I come across any elven ruins, I'll be sure to let you know. I appreciate your interest. If by some miracle you find this lost elven outpost and happen upon any materials regarding metals, please deliver them to me here. I am willing to pay a handsome reward for such a service. And remember that before I go, I would like to purchase some spells. I see. Well, you've come to the right place. I can certainly provide you with a number of useful spells for your spellbook. Of course, I am only willing to offer you certain spells. I fear much of the knowledge I possess is beyond your comprehension. Perhaps in the future you may be worthy of such advanced knowledge. Very well. Just give me your stuff. Mages. What do you... Some nice spells here. Now the problem with spells is I don't know what I'm about to find. So I don't really know. But you have some very nice stuff. What about this robe? Robe of Infusing. Armor class lore bonus, memorize one additional first level. Ooh, nice. And the Girdle of Gond. Oh, this is very good. Single, dual, and multi-class thieves, plus 10 open locks, plus 5 fun. Ooh, this is good. I want this. It costs a little bit too much though. Clasp of Bronze Cloak. Give the wearer 5% resistance to piercing, slashing, and missile attacks. Well, 5% is not that much. I can tell you that. Here we have some spells. I think probably Mirror Image and Web are the most interesting. I'm sure we'll be finding a lot of scrolls. So right now, I'm not particularly interested in buying the scrolls.
You have need of me?
Very well. So you gave me
No
this
small
incredible...
task.
Do you have anything else? Blah 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 blah. Tell me again what is it that you're studying. Okay, be off. Okay.
Done.
So, we have got a couple of quests
small
or
task.
collection quests. We have to get some unique... We got a shopkeeper that takes unique trinkets and a suspicious mage that takes information about the metal. Very well. I think this area has been sorted. Let's get moving here. And by the way, guys, if you're wondering, this is not gonna be an action-packed episode because we'll be exploring Kuldahar. So, just in case you're wondering. Alright. If we go this way, there is absolutely nothing. We go back there. So, let's switch to the party and move east. Okay. What have we got here? Is this the druid's house? Well, let's check this out. Anything special here? No. Who are you, by the way? Old man. Well, that's telling. He's an old man. Okay. Oh, there are also stairs. Okay, let's speak with this guy.
Very well.
Welcome. I've been expecting you for some time now.
You must be Arundel.
Yes, I am Arundel, known to some as the Archdruid of Kuldahar. Though I invite you to dispense with the formalities and just call me Arundel, plain and simple. Titles tend only to serve one's own vanity and aren't really of much use in this small mountain community.
Okay, very well. Tell me, Arundel, what do you know anything about... Okay, the disturbances.
Yes. It was I who sent Hallister to East Haven for help. His death weighs heavily upon my conscience. For not only was he a student of mine, but he was also a friend and trusted companion. He will be missed, as will Rothgar and the other members of your expedition.
You knew Rotgar? Or you know about the avalanche?
Oh yes, I know. I also know that it was no accident. Someone or something did not want your party to reach Kuldahar alive.
This someone or something, I presume, is the reason you sent for help?
There are malevolent forces at work in these mountains. Forces that seek to undermine the delicate balance we druids have struggled to preserve for centuries.
Malevolent forces, could you be more specific?
Oh, would that I could. The face of the evil remains hidden, but its presence is unmistakable. All about us, there are signs of its damaging influence on the balance. The unnatural weather, the recent rash of abductions, the numerous monster sightings in the pass. These all point towards something sinister. Even the animals sense something is amiss.
Well, you spoke before of balance. What sort of balance are you talking about?
The balance. It is what the druids of Kuldahar hold sacred and have worked to preserve for generations. It is all around us. It is us. Balance is the harmony that is achieved when man and nature learn to coexist, no longer contending with one another, but coming together as two parts of a whole.
Okay, well, can you tell me more about these disturbances?
I can only tell you of what little I know. Which disturbances would you have me speak of?
Let's talk about your natural weather.
Oh, the weather in these mountains has always been harsh, but never like this. Fierce storms ravage the valley without warning, often lasting for several days at a time, before vanishing as quickly as they come. It is barely midway into leafall, and yet the pass to the south has been snowed in entirely. Weather such as this is most unnatural. Nature presents itself in cycles that are predictable by those who know what to look for.
Can you tell me more about these disturbances?
I can only tell you of what little I know. Oh, yes. Terrible, terrible. At first, there were tales told by travelers of companions disappearing into the night, snatched up from their bedrolls as they camped along the narrow trail that winds through the pass. We did not think much of these tales, for such occurrences are not unheard of in these mountains. Then one night, Conlan's boy, Sheemish, went missing. The next morning, the whole town searched for the boy, but turned up nothing. He was just gone, vanished, without a trace.
That's interesting. That is strange indeed. Yep.
The boy was just the first. Several nights later, another disappeared. Megan Potts, the local midwife. Her husband, Khalil, was grief-stricken to the point of madness. With barely a word to anyone, he snatched up his sword and marched off into the darkness after his wife. No one has heard from him since.
Well, I guess he's dead.
And now, the abductions are occurring more frequently. Iden, the old innkeeper from the Evening Shade, was taken only 3 days ago.
Huh. Can you tell me more?
I can only tell you of what little I know. Which disturbances would you have me speak of?
Tell me about the monsters.
As I'm sure you have noticed by now, there seems to be quite a few goblins about. It is not usual to see so many of their kind roaming the mountains so late in the year. It is almost as something has drawn them out of their holes, like carrion birds drawn to the scent of death. As if the goblins weren't enough, several giants have been spotted moving through the pass in groups as large as 10. That many giants traveling together in such numbers indicates they are organized and are acting with a singular purpose. I have watched their activities closely. Their tracks trace a deliberate pattern through the mountains, almost as if they were on patrol. Another thing. While I was out scouting the giants, I discovered other sets of tracks I have never encountered before. What manner of beast made them? I could not say.
Okay, so what are we going to do about all of this?
I fear that if we do not soon discover the source of these disturbances, then all that we have worked for will be destroyed. The evil that has come to these mountains infects this town like a disease. As its people suffer, so does the tree suffer from the sickness that attacks the balance, corrupting it with its very presence. Already, the circle of warmth that radiates from the great oak has begun to recede. We were forced to abandon the outlying farmsteads as a result of the shrine's fading power. If we do not take action soon, I am afraid that the life-giving warmth will cease altogether. Both the great oak and the town, nestled within its roots, will die. This must not happen. We need your help.
Well, you know, there is something called fire that allows you to spread heat. And I know it's crazy, it's a great invention, but I think you can get it. So, how can we help you? I don't think so, old man. I'm only interested in getting out of this miserable... No, no, no. I'd like to help you, but there really is nothing I can do to help. Very well, together we shall root out this evil that threatens this town. What must
I
we do?
suggest you begin by investigating the Vale of Shadows. It is a place not far from here. Darkness has always clung to the floor of the small canyon, as if the light of the sun itself were wary of the place. There are a number of ancient crypts hidden within the shadows of the Vale's narrow cliff walls. There have been rumors of the dead awakening and emerging from their dusty tombs to walk once more amongst men. If these rumors are true, then I suspect that whatever is responsible for disturbing their slumber may be behind the other disturbances as well. Go to the Vale of Shadows, learn what you can about the happenings there, then return here and we shall discuss a course of action. Good luck, and farewell.
Look, we also found some people. Can
Please,
you do anything?
You must make haste. Time works against us. We must discover the source of this evil
Oh, look.
before the balance is altered irrevocably.
Yeah, shut up. There is this voice that pops to existence. I thought you should know I came across an ogre in the past outside town. This ogre who calls himself Gereg complained to me about a sharp pain in his head. Is there something you can do to help him?
Interesting. It is impossible to determine exactly what ails him without examining him myself, but I do know of an herbal remedy that may ease his suffering. If you like, I could tell you the recipe so that you may help him help himself.
Okay. I will be the go-between the druids and whining. Okay, what is the recipe?
Tell him to gather a handful of frost berries that grow throughout these mountains. He must squeeze the juices from the berries into a pot of boiling tundra grass. Once mixed, the entire brew must be consumed in order for the pain to subside.
I shall tell him. Well, we got this, so let's go up here. What have we got here?
I see.
Nice stuff. Okay, is there anything I can take for myself? No, nope. There doesn't seem to be anything here. Obviously.
No
Good.
small task.
Yeah, Total War Warhammer 2 is ready to play. Fantastic.
Done.
Thank you, Steam. I have Total War Warhammer 3, but I need to upgrade my PC in order to run it properly, so I'm downloading 2. Alright, so what have we got here? Seems like nothing, smells like nothing, feels like nothing, and there is absolutely nothing here. That's just great. Are you telling me that all of this is for nothing? Okay. Well, that's great. That is just great. Now, we got the solution to the quest for the poor ogre, so we should probably, before we forget, go and help him. But let's finish exploring the village. The inscription upon this stone statue reads, "In memory of the Archdruid Tolben, founder of Kuldahar." Yeah, that's fantastic. There is a potter. I don't know what a potter could do to help us, but I mean, hello. Hello?
Done.
Who are you? What do you want with me? Easy, friend. We're not going to hurt you. We just have some questions. Questions? What kind of questions? What can you tell us about the disturbances in the past? Disturbances? Yes. Are you Khalid, by the way? No. People disappearing, monsters everywhere. Even the weather has turned against us. Nobody knows why, not even Arundel. Well, best of luck to you. Do you say anything else? Just a few questions. Who are you? And you are the potter. Okay. What do you sell? This shop is my home. I used to make pottery, but blah blah blah. Best of luck to you. Well, what a useless NPC. Let's follow this road now. We have 3 houses. Jolly good. Alright. There is this area here. Okay, well, that's fantastic. Okay, I don't think there's anything. Oh, look, the portraits. The portraits from the character creation are here. Oh,
Very
who
well.
are you? Uh, By the hells, I was expecting any new faces in Kuldahar with the passes being what they are. You from East Haven? How did you get through? We were part of an expedition from East Haven, but not all of us made it. My sympathies for your fallen comrades. What happened? The pass is snowed in, and to make things worse, there's a horde of creatures in the pass, most goblins and orcs. I doubt any cars will be through for quite some time. That is grim news indeed. I fear things here in Kuldahar are not much better. You may wish you'd stayed in East Haven. Well, tell me about Kuldahar. What did you want to know about Kuldahar? Or did you want to know what's been going on around Kuldahar? Do you mean the weather? This winter's been a season of evil here in Kuldahar. People vanishing, sudden storms, monsters sighted in the past. It's all going to get a lot worse before the year is done. Mark my words. Anything else? Ask some of the other townsfolk. They might know something. I don't, and you'll never know what bit of information they got in their heads. They might randomly cough when asked. Well, that's some fourth wall breaking. Okay, and so a ship lying by the grate. We saw a tower. Is there anything good? Any place I could tip back a tankard? Okay, there is the shop. That doesn't tell me much. It's huge. Question in Kuldahar in general. The Veil of Shadows. The Veil of Shadows. Might want to ask Mirek. He and his brother Silas make a pilgrimage there every year to pay their respect to their ancestors. I think they left on their trip a day or two ago, though, so they won't be back for a while. Friends, don't go stepping foot into the Vale of Shadows. It's not a place for the living. And as long as the dead mind their own affairs, we mind ours. I have to go there. The Vale may be the source of the troubles in Kuldahar. Never been to the Vale of Shadows myself, but I heard it's covered in shadows. It's like twilight there all the time. No good will come from the living setting foot in the Vale. Let evil feed on evil, that's what I say. There's not much choice. Any advice or information you could offer would be welcome. Well, I don't know too much about the Vale, or even like talking about it, for that matter. You may have better luck with some of the other townsfolk. They may know more than I do. There's no telling what random tidbit someone might cough. Okay. You, lady, sound very suspicious. Alright. I've heard that some people make pilgrimages to the crypts in the Vale of Shadow. Do you know anything about that? Did you just said that? You know, just last month Gert was going on about one of the tombs said to be in the Vale of Shadows. Says one of them is the tomb of Kreselak, the Black Wolf. Kreselak, don't think I've heard of him. Terrorized this region years ago. He did. Phone, give me a second. And as I suspected, it was one of those automated calls. Let's keep moving. Legion of soldiers, shamans, and priests under this banner. That's a good sized force for this region. It would take a man of some strength to lead such a band, especially if it had spellcasters in it. Rumor has it that a sword as large as a man, able to cleave enemies in half. Not only that, but it had some enchantment that helped Kreselak ward off the cold, but not the chill of death, I'd wager. Well, a good blade can be the best the best right hand a leader can have. It can turn a capable leader into a champion of the people. Look, if you're making your way to the Vale to try and help us here in Kuldahar, there's no reason you should have steel that's any less than Kreselak's. It's a small token you can use at Colnan's smithy. If you need to purchase a better blade, take it with my good graces. Your token is appreciated. You can thank me by being cautious and staying alive. If you have to cross paths with the dead, do it from a distance, with a lot of arrows. Most of them can do horrible things just by touching you. I don't trust this one. I am curious. Can I kill you? No, it's just... It's... where is my quick save? There you go. I thought this was a bit of a suspicious NPC, sorry. But she knew a lot of things. Well, we got the token, whatever.
I see.
Let's get out. Can we? Thank you.
I see.
Okay, so we have a tavern here. Let's see what this is. Oh, lots of people here. There's a barmaid, there's another barmaid.
Indeed.
Keep your damn horses stabled. I'll get to you in a moment. Hey, what's this? Some sort of majory? Excuse me? Huh, I'm just surprised to see a new face in Kuldahar is all. Although I'd never see another customer, the pass buried in snow as it is. You must be looking for something fierce to brave the winter's chill like that. Well, I'm part of an expedition from Easthaven looking for troubles in Kuldahar. Oh, that's so? Well, we should be all be blessed then. Our bone-carving neighbors trudging through the drift to make sure we are all right. What's Easthaven worried about us for? Oh, you're asking some weird question. We heard of strange events in the region. Goblins, orcs, and other humanoids seem to be gathering in Easthaven. And Kuldahar, do you have any idea why? No, I don't. I mean, we've had our share of raiders before, but this year has been worse than any other I can recall. Do you know where I can find a room for the night, never mind I'm more in the mood of a meal? How so? Well, I've heard tell of raiders, goblins, and the like, never seen in the past before. Folks, travelers have gone missing, and no one knows where. Lots of strange going on. Got a lot of folks worried. You might want to speak to Arundel. If his beard's any sign, he's got a lot of knowing to his ears. You can find him at the base of the great tree. His is the two-storied house to the south and west. Any place I could find a meal? If it's the meal you're after, tell that filthy goated wine spider scuttling behind his bar to stop drinking the stock and fire up the oven. But you'd best shout. He's too deep in his cups to hear if you talk civilized like. I may do that. Say I'm part of an expedition from blah 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 blah. You know where okay, let's ask this one. Okay, yes, it's the same thing. What about this one? Lysan, welcome traveler, may I be of service to you? Well, if I care what you like to know, who are you? I am Lysan, the barmaid. If I may be of service to you, you need but ask. What do you do here, Lysan? As I said, I'm a barmaid. I help take care of the customer. I serve food and drinks, chat with folks, and listen to what they have to say. You learn a lot if you take the time to listen. Have you heard any rumors? Well, I hear tales. Folks have been talking about the recent avalanche, the haunted vale, missing folks, monsters, and Arundel. Are monsters a problem here? A sore subject that one is. It seems they are on the rise lately. More monsters are spotted in the surrounding countryside every day. Orcs, goblins, you know the like. It has people worried. Earlier you mentioned an avalanche. I hear it has a bad one. The pass out of the valley is being blocked and won't be open again until who knows when. Some folks are trapped here and none too happy about it. Not much can be done though. Just wait for spring and see if it clears enough for travel. So, you mentioned Haunted Vale. Most folks call it the Vale of Shadows. It's always dark there, like twilight or a moonlight night. Anyway, there are those who say spirits of the dead wander the vale. Folks don't go there anymore. They're afraid to. Maybe someone should do something about that. Alright, missing people? Aye, folks have been vanishing without a trace. I recall something about a man's wife gone missing. He packed up and left his home, and all to go find her. Another is to meet his young son. You might want to talk to him if you have an interest. Okay, so let me ask you something else. What can you tell me about this tavern? The best tavern around? Okay. Let's speak with the bartender. Well now, there seems the past cough up one more straggler. Welcome to the root cellar, stranger. Name's Whitcomb. What's your pleasure? A drink? Something from the kitchen? Amelia, one of your barmaids, said I should ask you for a meal. Huh! I strongly doubt she said it as politely as that. A brassy one she is. Her tongue could cut firewood, and it will if she keeps up her chatter. But never you mind. I can set you up with a meal that's so to your liking. Just name your pleasure. Actually, I was looking for a room for the night. A room? Sorry, but I can't help you, friend. Try the evening shades, Crosstown. The innkeeper bound to have some rooms to let, and desperate to let them, too, since the passes aren't going to see any caravans for a while. Okay, let's see your food and drinks. Let's get a Luskan stout. Bread. Okay, you don't seem to be giving me anything. So you're just useless. Amelia, blah blah blah. Yeah, okay. So, let's get out of here. What about this
Certainly.
house? There's a woman.
Certainly.
Okay, you have the same. You have the same. Okay, the past now within. Blah blah blah. Grim news indeed. Tell me about Kuldahar. Mirek and someone else spoke of Kreselak. Do you know anything about the creatures that inhabit the Vale? Saw one of these huge worms, carrion crawlers, once by the road leading to the Vale of Shadows. When one of the townsfolk spotted it, it was feasting on a caravan guard that had stepped out to relieve himself of his traveller's burden. Must have been quite a shock to him, but not for long, fortunately. Me and some of the men got together and drove the damn thing off with arrows. Those crawlers can paralyze a man with their tentacles, and if they do, it's long, horrible death, watching them eat you as you lie there helpless. Okay. Okay, more questions. Let's ask some more questions. There's the evening shade, but the previous innkeeper was okay, blah blah blah, disappearance. So the first thing I would have to do is find the innkeeper. There's the Temple of Ilmater in the northeast canyon, just beneath the temple. Don't you worship him? Look at the great tree, blah blah blah. Have you heard of the teaching of Ilmater? Well, maybe so. What are his teaching? Ilmater is the willing sufferer. He takes on the burdens and pains of others, and so do his priests. I'm sure you've noticed the priests put others ahead of themselves, and they are always there when one needs healing or comfort. I suppose I'd always assumed the priests had been helping the town in the hopes of gaining converts. Maybe I'll attend one of their worship days and see a little more of what the church is like. Thanks for opening my eyes a little. Okay, take my leave. I don't know what's going on, but I did gain a level, so let's level up. We did gain cleric levels, okay. And you gain cleric level 3. Wow. So now we can actually memorize level 2 spells. You are the healer. So I would say that this is good. Also, this seems good. Duration 3 rounds plus 1 round per level. So we are level 3. That means 6 rounds. It's just a spiritual hammer. Cast something. A magical hammer with a bonus of +1 for every 6 experience levels. Well, the base damage inflicted with discords, it is same as normal. Okay, well, that's not interesting. Anyways, I need to heal. Can we get anything else? We are drawn upon holy might. Don't really care. We have a silence in case there are mages. We have a chant. Find traps. Whole person. Whole person could be useful, but I don't see any person here. This is aid. And there is also slow poison, which could be useful. Resist fire and resist cold. That is also interesting. And there is no alignment. Well, let's say slow poison could be a good spell. And you, my friend, you can learn another level 1 spell, which should be... Let's see, can we buff ourselves with this? I think I want another bless. Just in case. Yeah, curse and the offensive spells are not too much interested. Let's get another bless. Do we have enough healing? Yes, somewhat. Okay.
You have need of me.
Well, we did gain a convert. You have championed the worship of
Indeed.
Ilmater. Oh, that's fantastic. I don't know how much experience I got, but I did get experience, so... Alright. This is a long-ass video, guys. I can tell. Let me see. We are running at 13 minutes. Well, I guess we might want to save. Or do I want to keep going? No, I want to save. I don't want you guys to, like, watch a 500 hours episode. So we're gonna end the episode right here. We're gonna continue exploring. There isn't much left here to explore. But after we're done with this, we're gonna go run back and help the ogre. And then we're ready for the Veil of Shadows. So thank you guys for watching. I'll be seeing you in the next episode. Take care.